All right, thank you so much. Well, I love that question. It's always asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years? It's always a question where most people ask, where do you see yourself? First, I'll start by saying where I see myself now. I see myself in the scene of the Kenyan creative industry, or let me say Kenyan creative scene, which is changing the creative scene in Africa in general. And in a span of 5 years, I see myself as working with international brands, being out there, but most importantly, it's growth for me as a fashion creator, and that is in accessory, and also expanding and being in more stores, because you can find my accessories in different stores across Kenya. And recently, I even got stocked in a shop in London, in the middle of London. And I mean, my highlight has been one of my clients wore one of her neck piece at the Warner Bros. Red carpet. So I see myself doing more of that. And Sylvia asked a very beautiful question. Well, when I started, I say that it was more of me wanting the Kenyan woman and the African woman and the woman in general to be seen. So what I do on a monthly basis, I have girls groups. I have a young girls group, which I meet every month from different places. It could be in Kibera, it could be in Mukuru, it could be in Nyeri, it could be in Nyanyuki, it doesn't have to be in Nairobi. So because what happens is that every other time I meet young girls, they get very fascinated by my confidence and how I'm able to pull out walking like this. And people are always asking me if I'm always like this when there are events. No, I dress like this even when running errands in Nairobi. Because I also want to change the narrative of, and I want the young girls, I'm mentoring the young girls to change that narrative where you're only seen occasionally. I always feel like Africans are Africans, like seasonal Africans, like when, you know, the African in you calls you, also today is creative DNA, they have this open day, then I'll dress up. So I'm working towards changing that, especially in young girls, and not just mentoring them in the fashion industry, but just, you know, encouraging them to endure, to just believe in themselves. So I do that. I mean, for those people who've been on my pages, you've seen that I work with groups, and mostly young women groups, and even older women groups, who also have now joined me in terms of creation. Because my biggest challenge was all this feather creation, I used to do it by myself. So sometimes you have an order of like 50 pieces, and the only person who can do it is me. So what I've decided to do is that outside just my home, I've decided to welcome women, like 5, 10, and then like share how I do my creation. So because I want to also pass how it's done, and then that way I can be able to create empowerment and also employment. So that is what I've been doing, and that is how I give back to the community.